Questions and answers session. Question 1. When it comes to changes, the project manager's attention is best given to A. Making changes, B. Tracking and recording changes, C. Informing the sponsor of changes, or D. Preventing unnecessary changes. The answer is D. Preventing unnecessary changes. Excessive changes cause the loss of management and coordination of the activities, demotivation in project team members, and project failure, respectively. Therefore, the first and the most important action that the project manager must take is preventing the cause of changes. Question 2. A project is plagued by changes to the project charter. Who has the primary responsibility to decide if these changes are necessary? A. The project manager, B. The project team, C. The sponsor, or D. The stakeholders. The answer is C. The sponsor. Creation and publishing the project charter is under the accountability of the project sponsor. Project manager might prepare the project charter, but the accountability resides in the project sponsor. Therefore, changes must be decided by the sponsor as well. Question 3. You are a new project manager who has never managed a project before. It would be best in this situation to rely on what during planning in order to improve your chance of success? A. Your intuition and training, B. Stakeholder analysis, C. Historical information, or D. Configuration management. The answer is C. Historical information. The first thing to explore before starting a new project is the historical information about similar projects in the organizational process assets library of the organization. Question 4. Which of the following best describes the project manager's role as an integrator? A. Help team members become familiar with the project. B. Put all the pieces of a project into a cohesive whole. C. Put all the pieces of a project into a program. Or D. Get all team members together into a cohesive whole. The answer is B. Put all pieces of a project into a cohesive whole. The question asked the project manager's role as an integrator. Putting all the pieces of a project into a cohesive whole is done mainly with the processes of integration management knowledge area, and this is under the main responsibility of the project manager. Question 5. Approved corrective action is an input to A. Verify scope, B. Direct and manage project work, C. Develop project charter, or D. Develop schedule. The answer is B. Corrective actions are taken based on a variance or correct the deviation in a project. For instance, if performing some activities took longer than planned, in order to complete the project on time, extra resources might be assigned to future activities of the project. And this is actually an input to direct and manage project work process, which is the executing phase process of the integration management knowledge area. Question 6. Which of the following best describes a project management plan? A. A printout from project management software. B. A bar chart. C. Risk, staffing, process improvement, and other management plans. Or D. The project scope. The answer is C. Risk, staffing, process improvement, and other management plans. Project management plan includes all management plans and project documents of the project documents as well. Option C is the best fit for this question. Question 7. A project management plan should be realistic in order to be used to manage the project. Which of the following is the best method to achieve a realistic project management plan? A. Sponsor creates the project management plan based on input from the project manager. B. Functional manager creates the project management plan based on input from the project manager. C. Project manager creates the project management plan based on input from senior management. Or D. The project manager creates the project management plan based on input from the team. The answer is D. Project manager creates the project management plan based on input from the team. Project activities will be performed by the project team. Therefore, their estimations, opinions, proposals must be taken into account. Based on their input, project manager must plan and coordinate all project activities respectively. Question 8. You are taking over a project during the planning process group and discover that 6 individuals have signed the project charter. Which of the following should most concern you? A. Who will be a member of the Change Control Board? B. Spending more time on configuration management. C. Getting a single project sponsor. Or D. Determining the reporting structure. The answer is B. Spending more time on configuration management. If there are lots of contributors in a project, versioning, respectively configuration management, becomes more important. You must be sure that individuals take into account the latest version of plans and documents. Question 9. The project manager has just received a change from the customer that does not affect the project schedule and is easy to complete. What should the project manager do first? A. Make the change happen as soon as possible. B. Contact the project sponsor for permission. C. Go to the Change Control Board. Or D. Evaluate the impacts on other project constraints. The answer is D. Once a change is received, first it is identified, assessed, and impacts of the change are outlined. Then, options to implement the change are analyzed. Change Control Board evaluates change and implementation options. Change Control Board may accept or reject a change. Only approved changes are implemented in a project, and to do so, project plans are revised accordingly. Question 10. Your company just won a major new project. It will begin in 3 months and is valued at $2 million. You are the project manager for an existing project. What is the first thing you should do once you hear of the new project? A. Ask management how the new project will use resources. B. Resource level your project. C. Crash your project. Or D. Ask management how the new project will affect your project. The answer is D. Ask management how the new project will affect your project. Since this is another project that your company is going to execute, you need to be sure whether it will impact your project. Question 11. You are assigned as the project manager in the middle of the project. The project is within the baselines, but the customer is not happy with the performance of the project. What is the first thing you should do? A. Discuss it with the project team. B. Recalculate baselines. C. Renegotiate the contract. Or D. Meet with the customer. The answer is D. Meet with the customer. If a project is going well as planned and the customer is not happy, the issue might be the communication. Best thing to do first must be meeting with the customer and telling the performance of the project goes as planned and project objectives can be reached. maybe the customer will state the reasons for his dissatisfaction, and you can focus on those areas. Question 12. You are asked to prepare a budget for completing a project that was started last year and then shelved for 6 months. All the following would be included in the budget except A. Fixed costs, B. Sunk costs, C. Direct costs, or D. Variable costs. The answer is B. Sunk costs. When considering whether to terminate a project, sunk costs are not taken into account. And similarly, when calculating the future budget of a project that was paused last year, sunk costs, which are spent already, must not be taken into account. Question 13. Which of the following sequences represents straight-line depreciation in terms of amount that will reduce in each period? A. 100, 100, then $100. B. 100, 120, and $140. C. 100, 120, $160. Or D. 160, 140, and $120. The answer is A. Straight-line depreciation considers that same amount of money will depreciate from the value of the tool, vehicle, or equipment in each period. Question 14. Project A has an internal rate of return, or IRR, of 21%. Project B has an IRR of 7%. Project C has an IRR of 31%. And Project D has an IRR of 19%. Which of these should be the best project? A. Project A, B. Project B, C. Project C, or D. Project D? The answer is C. We have seen in our previous lectures that calculation of IRR is complex. We should only know that projects with higher IRR values should be selected. Question 15. Your company can accept one of 3 possible projects. Project A. NPV is $200,000, duration is 6 months. Project B. NPV of $500,000 and duration of 1 year. Or Project C with an NPV of $600,000 and a duration of 2 years. Which project would you pick? A. They all have the same value. B. Project A. C. Project B. Or D. Project C? The answer is Project C. Net present value calculation takes the time value of money into account. Therefore, duration of the projects here will not give us an indication for selecting a project. We have seen in our previous lectures that projects with higher net present value should be selected. Therefore, Project C should be selected. This was the last lecture of this section. Please proceed to the next